Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. This is Trisha with Happy Home Designs, and today I am going to be creating a snow-themed porch leaner or porch sign. Um, it is about 5 feet tall, so it's going to be a little bit tricky in how I maneuver things around on the table here in front of me. That's why I've covered the table in this huge old tablecloth and I have my mat, but it's going to take a whole lot of space to get everything going this morning. So as you hop on, if you will send me a message and let me know that you're here, I would appreciate it. We're trying to get everything set up and ready to go, and I'm going to explain to you exactly what I'm going to be using this morning. Yeah. Hey, Brenda, good morning. So what I'm doing, like I said, is a porch leaner. It is 5 foot tall. I have it off to the side where you can actually see the back. Have it off to the side. It is 5 foot tall, 10 inches wide. It is already stained dark. I believe it's, I can't remember which stain it is, but that's okay. Jacobine, I think. But that's what we're going to be using to put our words on. And today I'm going to be using huge letters. Well, they're not huge. They're about 6 inch wide letters. We have got the word snow. We have the S and the N and the W. And here is our O. It is a super sparkly, cute little wreath that is size appropriate for the letters. So that will be my O. I'm also using some little wooden snowflakes that I will paint. And of course, I've always got my bow decorations here, and everything is going to be mounted on the board. So it's actually going to say, "Let it snow." Hey, Leah, good morning. So that's the project that we're working on today. I'm going to go ahead and get busy because it may take a few minutes. I'm actually not leaving these letters white, even though snow is typically white, but I've got this really pretty, kind of a glistening blue color. It's called hydrangea, and that's the color of hydrangeas, but I just thought it looked like snow to me. When the snow is, the sunlight's hitting it and it almost has that blue tone to it, that's the color of this. It's a purpley blue. So I'm actually going to be painting these letters, and then I'm also going to be adding white glitter to the top for the actual, to make it glisten, make it look more like snow at the top. So I'm going to go ahead and do my letters first, get them started so they can dry, and then I'll move on into the board. Um, so that's the color. And I'm going to paint this on. I'm not worried about doing the edges. I'm going to try to make it look neat around the edges, but I want this to be a very faint color. I don't want it to be super dark or bright. And I am going to be adding that white glitter to it. Hey, Jessica, thank you for sprinkling this morning. As you guys hop on, you let me know that you're here like you're doing so far. If you'll sprinkle to your friends, let me know that too. I appreciate it. So basically, I'm just putting a light coat of this. I think, and you guys can still see, it'll show up really well on that dark board, the dark stain board. And I just barely put any paint on my brush. I'm almost doing a dry brush with this. And I'm just being careful around the edges because I don't want it to be sloppy around the edges. I want the edges to stay white. Can you guys see that? Hope everybody is having a good day. It is so rainy and yucky here, but I'm dreaming of snow. If we're going to have wet stuff that falls from the sky, I'd rather it be snow. How about you guys? Hey, Kristen, thank you for sprinkling. Good morning. So this is not taking very long. I almost forgot where my paint was. The rain is depressing to me, but I understand that God gives us rain because we need it. So we have to appreciate all the things in nature. Now, of course, being in Middle Tennessee, we barely or rarely ever see actual snow, but that doesn't mean that I can't dream of it, right? And of course, it's better when you live in Middle Tennessee and you get the snow and you get to enjoy it for a little while, but you don't have to worry about driving in it because we all stay home. Everything shuts down. Hey, Lisa, good morning. Thank you for sprinkling. But we all get to stay home. We don't have to go out. We pretty much shut down our lives when we do get a little bit of snow, and we get to enjoy it, and then it melts rather quickly, and then we go back to life as normal. So there is my S. I did get it on the edges just a little bit. I'm going to grab a white and clean that up. I thought I saw, yeah, there's a couple of places. I just don't want it to be hanging over the edge. Just a tiny bit on the inside there. Well, I agree, Jessica. Mud, I mean, it makes such a mess. And the snow is gorgeous. We just don't do well in the South with the snow. Not on the roads. You guys that live up north are much more experienced with that kind of stuff than we are. Just heard something fall in the kitchen. I don't know what that was. Okay, I'm going to move on to my N. So these are not taking very long at all. Like I said, it's almost a dry brush. I just want it barely on there. And then once these dry, I am going to add some glitter. I think just around the top. I'm going to try not to make a huge mess. We all know what kind of a mess glitter can make. And actually, because these are going to be a porch leaner outside, it's going to be on a porch leaner outside, I will, after the live is over, I do use a Krylon clear coat spray sealer, and I will seal it to help make sure that my snow actually, or my glitter actually stays on my letters, and it can hold up to the elements. I really like this color. I just think it's funny that it's such a, the name of it's hydrangea, which is a spring, it's a spring flower, right? Not a summer flower. But it just reminds me of snow. And I just wanted a little bit more color on this sign than just white. I could have done just white, but I just wanted a little bit more color. The paint that I'm using today, actually, you guys, because I found the perfect color for me, is the folk art paint from Walmart, Trusted Quality Enamel Paint, and the color hydrangea. And coincidentally, it almost matches my sweater. Hadn't even thought about that. But I was looking through all of the apple barrel paint, and just nothing jumped out for the color that I wanted for this project until I saw this. So I love it. I see more eyeballs. I see more people are hopping on. As you join us, be sure to let me know that you're here so I can say hey and good morning. Okay, there's my N. I don't think I had any around the edges on that one. W real quick. And this is one of those projects that you can put out during the holiday time. It can be out in Christmas. Now, this may not match your Christmas decor for outside because of the color scheme, but it might. A lot of people do blues in their Christmas decor, but you can put it out at holiday time. But this is one of the ones that you can use it all winter season. You don't have to be just a holiday piece. Getting a little bit sloppy and getting it on my edges. I'll have to go back and fix it. So, like I said, I'd already stained this porch leaner. It is 5 foot tall. It is 10 inches wide, which I have found is the perfect size for a porch board. You can buy them skinnier. Some places use maybe a 6 inch, and they're super skinny. That's fine too. I just happen to prefer the 10 inch wide. It gives me plenty of room to get all my decorations on there. You know me, I have to have a bow. So that gives me plenty of room for that. Um, and it just looks a little bit more substantial on my porch. Okay, got my letters painted. Let me move this off. But I did see that I made a couple of boo-boos on this somewhere, right there. I don't think anybody would ever pay attention to the fact that I had some paint smeared on the edges, but I just don't want to leave it there. Okay, so I've got my S's here, I've got my N, and now my W. So I'm just going to lay them off. I'm running out of room. Lay them off to the side, let them dry for a minute. I'm going to go back and add my glitter. This is just white glitter. I got this at Hobby Lobby for $3.49. But in the meantime, I am going to be working on my O. This is my O for my sign. So that's why I wanted to use this. It is super sparkly. I don't know if you guys can see it kind of glistening. And of course that screams snow as well. And I got this at Hobby Lobby. Lost the tag. I got this at Hobby Lobby. It was $3.99. I think this was hanging in the section where you decorate mini trees and mini wreaths. And of course it was $3.99, 50% off, so $2 is all I paid for that. And I'm going to decorate it up a little bit. I've already kind of fluffed it out a little bit, but I am going to use, I've got some little wooden snowflakes. And actually, I need my paint back over here. I've got some wooden snowflakes, and I think I want to paint a couple of these and put some glitter on them and actually attach it to my O. I may need, let's see, this was a pack of 5. I think these came from the Dollar Tree. They're Crafters Market, I think, or Crafters Square. I think that's a Dollar Tree brand. Get rid of that. But so a pack of 5 for $1. And they're super cute. I may need 3. I think I might need 3. Let me get my paint back over here, paint them up. Hey, Cindy. Oh, okay, you've been out of town. Well, I sent you a message earlier, Cindy, too. Mark and I both sent you a message. You were the winner in a drawing week before last. So I've got to get with you on getting your prize to you. Okay, so again, I'm just lightly dry brushing that with that same hydrangea color. And I will definitely be adding some glitter to these guys. They are super cute. So I like it when I start a live and I've already got my main surface prepped and colored because it makes things go a little bit quicker. But I really appreciate everybody who sticks around and offers your comments. You did win. You won I'm trying to remember exactly which one. I think the shadow box that I did a couple of weeks ago, and it has the ornament that suspends from the middle. And I think it's the one that says joy. Okay, so I got one snowflake. Lay it off to dry. Light for my finger. So Macy did that drawing. If anybody wants to go back and watch the live drawing and see a cute little, well, she was almost 3 then. She's actually 3 now. She just had a birthday. Cute little 3-year-old doing the drawing. You can go back and watch that. I do ship, Kristen. We'll ship anywhere in the 48 contiguous states anyway. Don't know about all that shipping expense to Hawaii and Alaska, but everywhere else, we can definitely get product too. Okay, trying to do this quickly. I know watching somebody paint is usually pretty boring. But I think it's funny because I say that, but I sit and watch my crafter people that I follow. I sit and watch them paint, listen to them talk. I love it. I really enjoy it. So I hope you guys are enjoying this as well. Grab my white. Just don't want to smear my paint onto things I don't want it on. I'm trying to stay kind of clean. Also, I'm going to have to lay that big board up here in a few minutes. I'll get with you, Cindy. You can just holler, answer my message. We can meet up. I think I've delivered the other products for the people who won that week. And you guys don't forget, we are still doing the big basket contest. And that is for growing our business page or our group page. If you haven't already participated and got your name in the drawing, then you still have plenty of time to do that. Our page is growing every day. We're seeing new names added. Um, but we do have a goal we're trying to reach. But when you like the post, you share, or sorry, you sprinkle the post, and then invite at least 3 of your crafty buddies or people who you think would enjoy my page. Just add them to the page, invite them to the page, and then if you'll just tag their names in the comment on that post, then you will be entered into the drawing. And that basket that we're giving away, oh, Jessica, I think it's relaxing to watch people craft too. That's exactly why I do it. It gives my brain a rest. But the drawing or the items that we're giving away that day are, it's a basket. It has a farmhouse Christmas sign. It has a farmhouse red truck garland to hang on your wall or your fireplace or wherever. And it has 2 little Christmas signs to go, well, anywhere you want them to go, but I would like to put them inside my Christmas tree to decorate my tree with. And then it also has a voucher for our new Happy Home Creators Club that starts in January. That's a monthly subscription club that we'll be announcing more about in the next few weeks. But that's valued at $40. The entire basket together is valued at over $100. So all of those items are in there. So be sure that you go find that post and follow the instructions so that you can be in that drawing. Okay, so I think I've got everything painted. I see a couple of spots on my end here that I missed. Try to grab those real fast. These are all about dry. I started with my S. Yeah, they're pretty dry. I'm going to let them sit for another minute. And I'm going to go back to my little wreath and decorate it up a little bit. Remember, this is the O in my word snow. And I think I'm going to use the snowflakes, but I've also got this snow-covered piece of greenery. So cute. It does have a couple of berries. I just think I might need a little bit of green in this project. So I think I'm going to use that. This one I got for $2.99. This was Hobby Lobby too. 50% off everything in the Christmas aisle, so that made it $1.50. And you know what? I may not be able to use this. I did not bring down my wire cutters. Oh, I can. I'm just going to pick little pieces off and get them glued onto my wreath just to add a little bit of fun greenery. So basically this was $1.50. I'm not going to use all of it. I think I'm going to skip the big piece. Let me see where I want to add them. You know, this is an inexpensive little wreath, so there's a couple of places that are not quite as full as the others, and I think I'm going to add in my greenery like this. Now that's kind of hard for you to see. I'm going to glue it in, my hot glue gun. Yeah, Jessica, you're talking about watching a video being relaxing when you see somebody else work. And it is for me. First of all, I get good ideas. I like to watch other crafters because they know things that I don't know and they get to share their experiences. And it's not just about mimicking somebody else's craft necessarily, but it just gives you sometimes different ideas pop into my head. It may be something that they're doing that makes me think, oh, I can do that, but I also want to try XYZ. You know, I want to do something a little bit different. But it does get creative juices flowing for sure. Okay, I know where I want that one to go. I think this is all I'm going to do on this, and then I'm going to put the snowflakes over here once I get them glittered. So I just added a tiny bit of greenery to the side. Can you guys see that? Just a tiny bit. I think that's probably going to be this direction. And then I'm going to put a couple of snowflakes on the other side. And those are still drying a little bit. So let me move. This project has lots of different elements to it. And I have to do them all in the right order because I have to let things dry. Hey, Megan. Good morning. Hey, Aunt Vicki. Oh, well, that's a good thing, Aunt Vicki. Yeah, the closed captioning, we do have a lot of hearing impaired um, followers on our page. And so the closed captioning is great for that. But just like Aunt Vicki just said, um, so if you're out in public and you want to watch but you can't use the volume, you've got closed captioning. However, I have found that most of the time the closed captioning does not speak Southern. So when I say words, it may say that I said something totally crazy that I did not say. If it says something ugly, do not hold it against me. It is I cannot help it if the whoever's doing the audio for the closed captioning does not understand Southern. Anyway, so I'm going to go back to my letters. These are pretty dry. And what I'm going to do, this is the top. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some Mod Podge, which is just basically watered down Elmer's glue, across the top. And then I'm going to drizzle some of my white glitter on it to make it look like snow. Let me get another plate. I'm almost out of Mod Podge. I really need to buy some more, but this is plenty for today's project. I laughed at you, Megan, because you said about the porch leaner, this one better not be cuter than what you've already got. I think you've got a few porch leaners from me. But I'm going to tell you, I made Megan the cutest Santa Claus. I think I don't know if it says Merry Christmas, Megan, or does it say ho, ho, ho? I can't remember. But the cutest Santa Claus porch leaner, which I've already been selling some of those this year as well. So look, you guys, all I'm doing is going around. This is actually the top of my S. I've got it upside down. And I'm just putting a little bit of the glue. I'm going to bring it down the sides a little bit. I'm going to put some glitter on here. If I can get it open. Super hard to open. I should have done this ahead of time, but I didn't. Mash down the little thing. But Megan, if you have got, yes, yes, Megan's Santa Claus porch leaner was to match a door tag, I think. No, a W letter that I had made her for Christmas a few years ago. That's what that was. Of course, my glitter is not wanting to sprinkle out of my container. There it goes. And I know you guys are not going to be able to see this probably as it's coming out and sticking to that glue, but I'm going to show you after it's stuck down. Oh, you guys, it's going to be so cute. Can you see? You see the glitter look like snow on top of that S? So cute. So I'm going to keep adding Mod Podge, and I missed a couple of spots there. I know where the glitter didn't stick, there's no glue. I'm basically just doing the top edges and down the sides a little bit. It doesn't need to have a whole bunch of glitter, but it sure is cute. And of course I'm doing this over a plate because I can pour that glitter right back into my container. Some areas I got the glue kind of thick, and now it's going to take a little bit longer to dry. Longer than I wanted it to take. But it does actually look like snow has landed on that S. That is so cute. Okay, let me lay this aside. Let me go on to my N. Yes, Megan has two double-sided porch leaners. I actually have sold quite a few of the double-sided. You know, if you're going to spend your money on a porch leaner, don't you want to get your money's worth? Isn't it better if you can have it double-sided where you can use it for different times of the year, not just Christmas, not just fall, which those are super cute, but isn't it great when you can flip it over and have something else on the other side? Okay, I'm just trying to decide where on the end I want some of my glitter to be. Shake it out. And there's no right or wrong. Remember, when you're crafting, first of all, you're doing it because you enjoy it. I do this as for a living or to make money, but I wouldn't do it if I didn't enjoy it. But anyway, you're doing it to have a good time. So part of your crafting is not just about how pretty or how cute or whatever something turns out, but it's how much pleasure you actually got out of the process. I think that looks good. Got one big chunk right there. There's my N. He's all glittery. Can Mark build me a covered porch? Jessica, Mark probably could. I mean, it's amazing what you can figure out and what you can learn to do that is out of your element when you decide that you just want to do it. And Mark has really become a very good, and I'm not just bragging about this because he's listening or that he will listen later, but his wood crafting skills have greatly improved. I'm very proud of him. Let me get some of this glitter back onto my plate. Okay, and let me do my W, and then I will do a little bit on the snowflakes. This is going to turn out so cute. Several of the projects I've made recently, I'm like, okay, I need to keep that for me, but I really don't. I really need to sell them or put them in the store, whatever. Give other people a chance to enjoy them, which actually a lot of them go as soon as I get them done. But there are a few that I'm like, I got to make one of those for myself. Yes, Mark does come by that naturally. His dad was a wonderful woodcrafter. But it's also what I'm so proud of Mark about is his ability to learn. Um, it's just, he takes it on. He wants to get better all the time. He studies and he practices, and he's really, really good. I'll just leave it at that. I'm bragging too much. Okay, and then there is my glittery snowy W. Okay, let me let those dry. Let me do my snowflakes really quick. Megan, which Christmas tree did you like? The one that was textured tree that I did the live, the oak Christmas tree. That's probably what you're talking about. It was super cute. Okay, now that I've got my Mod Podge on my snowflake, I'm literally just going to turn it upside down in my scrap glitter and get glitter all over it. Super cute. So now can you see it glisten? I think you can. Turn that upside down. I now have glitter all over my brush, and I'm putting it in my Mod Podge container, so it's probably going to have my next few projects that I use this last little bit of Mod Podge on will be glittery. But that's okay, because usually I'm just laying down paper when I'm using Mod Podge, which is what it's for. Yeah, the oak Christmas tree, I actually still have that. It is, if I don't get rid of it, if nobody claims it soon, it's about to go to Bell Buckle, to Southern Charm for the store. But I do still have that one. I actually have very few pieces of Christmas left right now. We have not done the pallet trees yet, Jessica, but that's on our list. So I believe Mark's going to be cutting wood on Saturday morning, and that's one of my projects that he's got to get done is to get me some trees that done and ready. So that is on the list. Okay, let me get rid of, ow, touch the hot glue gun. Listen, who was watching last week when I had the hot glue fiasco with my fingers? Remember, I had it all over me. I want you to know that you probably can't see it. Right there is the remainder of a blister. I had a blister underneath my fingernail, between my fingernail and the bed of my nail, from hot glue. It was a disaster. I am not a super neat person when it comes to crafting, and I'm also very accident prone. You put those two things together, and then you add hot glue to it, and you know it's asking for trouble then. I've always been very klutzy, and that's not changing anytime soon, I don't think. Okay, so most of my glitter actually stayed in my plate. I'm pretty proud of that. I'm going to get a wipe and get it up because I don't want it, and get my glue up. I don't want it everywhere. But everything definitely looks snowy. Okay. All right, let me move this mess out of the way. Okay, while these items are drying, I'm actually going to clear off a spot and get my board up here. You guys, it is 5 foot long, so it's going to take up a lot of space. I need to move all my mess out of the way, especially things I'm not using anymore. And I should be able to continue working. What do you need? You need a pallet tree, Megan? Is that what you're talking about? Now, we're going to be in West Virginia, not this weekend, but the next. So, Jessica, if there's something you need and we can get it a lot closer to you, I'm not really sure where you're at right now. Are you in Ohio? For some reason, I'm thinking you're in Ohio. But we could at least get it closer before we had to ship something, and if I had time to get it done. Okay, so I'm going to grab my big porch leaner. You guys, it's big. It's 10 inches wide, and it is 5 feet long. And it's going to go right here in front of me because this board is not just going to say snow. Using those letters, it's going to say let it snow. So I need to get my let it on here. Trying to get everything out of the way. Okay, this is going to be the bottom of the board. This down here will be the top. Let me move some of this. I can get some of the length out of the way. This is the very top, so you guys cannot see because of that. Right there is the top. So what I'm going to use, I'm actually going to use some chalk couture stencils, just a couple. This one says let it. It's going to go about right there. Let me show you where my letters are going to go. Got the S, the N, the O, and the W. I just want to make sure that we had enough room because I'll put a bow at the top. You know I have to have a bow. She's a Marietta. Oh, okay. Well, Jessica, if there's something we need that we can get done in time, um, we'll be super close to you a week from Saturday, a week from Friday. But anyway, that weekend. So if you need something and we can save shipping, then we can do that. Okay, so I'm going to do let it at the top. I'll put a bow above this right here, and then my word snow will go down. And then I also have a few little bitty snowflakes just as fillers to put on. I am using white chalk ink from Chalk Couture. Let me get my stencil pulled off. I absolutely love working with Chalk Couture stencils. They are so super easy. And I'm doing this sideways, which I'm used to doing when I do all of my porch leaners. I'm working sideways, so usually I can tell exactly if I'm in the middle or not. I just get a little bit of my white ink on my squeegee and then rub it over so that it goes through the screen. This is actually a part of a set of Let It Snow, but I'm just not using the words snow. Okay, there's the Let It. Let me tilt this up so you guys can see. See, now it says let it, and then it's going to say snow going down the board. But in the meantime, I'm going to put a couple of I'm going to wait. I'm going to put sporadic snowflakes around, but I want to see where all my letters are going to be first, and then I'll go back to them. Okay, So the next thing that's going to go on, we know it's going to be the S. It is not completely dry. It's got the glitter on there. I am going to be using wood glue to adhere it to my board. And then I'm also going to use hot glue because the hot glue will dry instantly, and then I can maneuver the project around. I never can get this Gorilla Glue, this wood glue opened. I never can do it. I'll try it one more time. I can't do it. That's okay. I'm going to go back. I'm going to use the same thing that's got the other glue on it, the Mod Podge. I'm going to pour some of this on my plate that have my paint on it. Look, it's all about improvising. Improvising. And I'm just going to glue on or wipe on some of the hot glue or the wood glue. Some of my glitter is coming off, but we knew it would because it's not completely dry, and then you always have to get rid of that excess glitter. So I'm putting hot glue on because I'm gluing wood letters to a wood surface. So I'm using the wood glue, and then I'll use the hot glue just so it goes ahead and it will set, and I can continue working with my project. So I've got my hot glue right here. So in the meantime, the wood glue will dry and make it permanent, but the hot glue will let me lay it down and pick it right back up, and it will stick. And again, I'm just going to eyeball it, get it in the middle, just like that. Can you guys see? So right now it says let it, and then there's my S. We'll slide it down a little bit. I better make sure that I've got enough room. I'm pretty sure I do. And oh yeah. The M will go there. And I know you guys can't see this right this minute. The O will go there, and then I have plenty of room for my W. So that is perfect. So I'm going to do the exact same thing. Put a little bit of the wood glue on the back. Most of the time when I make a porch leaner or any kind of outdoor sign, I only use my chalk couture letters. And I really enjoy that. But I saw these letters and they were so cute. And I'm like, I want to use them this time. And they were inexpensive. These also came from Hobby Lobby, you guys. They were $3.99. I can see the price on the back. They were $3.99 a piece. And then that day they were 50% off as well. You know, I don't buy anything unless it's on sale. You know how that goes. Hey, Shannon, thank you for sprinkling. So they were $2 a piece, basically, which is a little bit more money than what I normally put into a porch leaner, but that's okay. This one's going to be special. It's going to be super cute. Okay, now I'm going to I'm going to go back to my O, which is my wreath. I've already said this is going to be the top of the wreath. So this is in the upper right-hand corner. It'll go just like this. And I know you guys can't see this. I'll flip it all up at the end. But in the meantime, I want to add a couple of my glistening snowflakes, if I can get it picked up. So I'm going to add a couple of snowflakes down here on my O. Hot glue, refill. Hey, Anna, thank you for sprinkling. I didn't know if you were watching or not. I'm just going to add a little bit of hot glue to a few of these, the back of the snowflake. It won't take much for it to stick. And I'm just going to make sure that it actually comes in contact with my wreath in a few different places. Look. So it's like this. So my snowflake is right here on this side. I'm going to add another one down below it. I think this is going to be so cute. Then the third snowflake is actually going to hang from my bow at the top. These two are going to overlap a little bit. Just a little, just like that. I do use Gorilla Glue. I'm using Gorilla Glue wood glue, but I'm also using Gorilla Glue hot glue because it is so much more durable and so much stronger. Hey, Diane. Um, that's a good question, Diane. I hadn't got there yet. Okay, so here's what we have. Just like that. We've got a couple of snowflakes, and then we've got our greenery on the other side. That's actually a good question. Diane says, how do you store this porch leaner so that your wreath doesn't get damaged? I haven't got there yet. Um, my guess would be that it just has to lean up in the attic. That's what I would think. Okay, now, you guys know I've got hot glue. I'm going to glue this on with hot glue, but I also want to staple this on. Yeah, that's what Anna said. She leans hers against the wall in the attic with the trash bag over it. That's a good idea. I know my big wreaths, like you hang on the door, I always store them in a trash bag and then hammer a nail into the wall and then hang the trash bag from it. Um, so I'm also going to staple this down, and what I'm going to do after I get it glued on, I'm just going to pull out a couple of these around the edges, and then I will drive a staple through. So let me get it positioned where I think it needs to go. I'm going to do the hot glue first. Hot glue around that rim. Very liberal. But then the stapler will make it permanent. Being very liberal with this hot glue on this. I'm not going to touch it and burn my hand, even though I almost did. Get it set down and let me mash it so all of it comes in contact with the wood. This is going to be so cute. Oh, under the bed would be a good idea. Very good idea. I had not even thought about that. You know, I usually kick my shoes under the bed. Lots of stuff actually ends up under the bed. Okay, so I've got my staple gun. You guys know it's loud. Let me turn it on. And I'm going to go underneath and straddle up really close. Bear with the noise. Hold on. And then I can raise that piece of the wreath back up. Because it doesn't need to stay laying down. I just need to bend it down long enough to get a staple into it. Of course, I just lifted that up and it wasn't glued down good. Let me add another little drop of glue under this bad boy. I'm trying not to have to stand up and be off camera. Find another good place. So I'm just taking one of the pieces. Here we go. Straddling the piece of the wreath. Here goes a loud noise. Getting the staple in it and then bending it back up. So you won't be able to see that at all. I'm going to do one more on this side. And then I'll pull the wreath back up. Okay, so this should not be going anywhere. Let me show you what I've got so far. I'm going to lift it, not hit the light fixture. So we have SNO, let it, SNO. Let me get my W back on here. Trying to maneuver it without hitting anything. My daughter-in-law is watching, and I live in her house, so I don't want to knock anything off the wall. Oh, that's a good idea too, Jessica. I made some of those for fall. So Jessica's talking about a smaller porch leaner. You don't have to put it, it's not necessarily a porch leaner, it's just a leaner board. Um, and you put it out or in front of your fireplace, up beside your fireplace. Okay, I've got to do my W. Let me get it on here. Poured out way too much glue again. This is my wood glue. It's definitely difficult to maneuver when you're using a huge surface like I am today. But I wanted to do this. And I actually was going to make this on a smaller board. Um, and then it just wasn't going to work. So I went to the bigger one. Megan, you're asking, we move in to our new house. We get the keys the weekend of Thanksgiving, maybe the day before Thanksgiving. But our movers do not come until Monday. I think it's the 30th of November. So, because nobody's working over Thanksgiving weekend, totally understandable. But we will be in the house and staying in the house probably Thanksgiving night. I mean, we've got a bed here at Drew and Shannon's. It's ours. I did drop a little bit of wood glue on that snowflake, but it's fine. So we'll at least get that portion moved in, our personal belongings that we have here, and then the movers will come on Monday the 30th with our furniture. But that is what is going to allow me a whole long 3-day weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday afternoon between church services to work on painting my kitchen cabinets. I'm so excited. Originally, we had decided that we were going to get moved in and settled, and then I could paint, at some future date. Well, now I get to paint early because we have extra days. Okay, I'm going to slide my board down, and I'm going to work on a bow. I'm going to need this stapler up in the floor. I'm going to work on a bow for the top. And I know you guys want to see it sideways. There it is sideways. So it has the words "let it" and then the S and the O and the W. And then my big bow is going to go at the top. So I may or may not have to add any more snowflakes. I don't know if I really have any place I want to get them or put them. Okay, you guys, this is so pretty. Seeing it on video is not going to do it justice. It looks like it's a ribbon. It's got holes through it because it looks like tree bark. But better than that, it looks like tree bark I'm trying to make it glisten a little bit, that has snow and ice on it. It is so pretty. But this is the base of the ribbon that I'm going to be using. I'm trying to decide. I think I'm just going to make a messy bow because it's easier. Lost my scissors. And I usually want it about the width of my board. This does crinkle up pretty easy, so it's fairly easy to work with. I think I need 4 pieces though instead of. But this I got at Hobby Lobby. I saw this bag probably a couple of months ago. You know when they first start putting out their Christmas stuff and you're like, okay, it's still August and you see them putting out Christmas stuff. That's when I snatched this up because I thought, oh, that's not gonna last. It's not gonna stick around. So I grabbed it up. Okay, and I'm just laying these down in an X form, but I'm trying to see what else I'm going to use. Oh, I do also have this white glistening glittery type mesh. I think I'm going to use it in this as well. In the background maybe, just to give it some oomph and to make it look more like snow. Let me trim off the edges a little bit. Not really sure. I don't usually use any mesh in a bow, but today I think I'm going to. I think I'm going to use 2 pieces of it. Remember, it's just a craft project. If I don't like it, I take it off, I fix it, I do something else with it. But I think I'm going to do just 2 pieces of this at the back and then my X on top of it. Of course, it's all sticking to my sweater. I'll lay it down. You guys see that? And then I'll do my X on top of it. Anything else that, or any extra that I have, how it's sticking off the end, remember, it can all be trimmed. I'm not getting it lined up good because it's all of these are sticky. These are super sticky. They attach to themselves and each other and my sweater. And everything sticks to mesh. Everything. Okay, I'm going to do like that. But it's not going to be this wide, you guys, when I'm done. It won't be this wide. Spreading out my X just a little bit. Thank you, Megan. How am I going to do my, now I'm not going to spray my cabinets. I'm actually going to use a foam or a roller. Um, I'm using Heirloom Traditions paint, which is a self-leveling paint. I have used it on bathroom cabinets before in the old house before we moved out, and it worked out great. So that's what I'm going to stick with because I've used it. And but I've never done a whole kitchen. So that's the question, Diane, is how easy is it going to be to do the kitchen? Okay, this is just some very, very sheer blue ribbon. I think I need some blue because of all this other blue. I'm going to do 4 little pieces of it too. Or because of the blue and the snowflakes. We're going to see how this turns out. I've never done a bow like this. If I don't like it, guess what? I'll take it apart. And instead of using jute, because I don't have anything jute related, I've got some silver cord that I'm going to tie this with. Okay, normally I just lay my cord on top or my jute on top and then scrunch it together, but this is so thick, I think I needed to pick it up and manhandle it a little bit, get it scrunched up, flip it upside down, and tie a knot as tight as I can. Okay, this may actually turn out to be something cute. We'll see. Okay, so here's what I've got. It's a hot mess right now, but it does kind of look like a snowy bow. But this stuff back here, this mesh is kind of crazy. I know you guys are having a hard time seeing it. I'm probably going to go ahead and put it down on my surface, get it glued down, and then trim it up. I'm going to take this top ribbon and tie a knot in it. I take another ribbon. So my blue ribbons are actually they're very slick because it's they're sheer, they're super slick, and they will move about a little bit, and I don't really want them to, so I'm trying to tie some of them together. Can you guys see that? Does it look like a snowy ribbon? I think I won't know until I get it actually tied on. Well, I can tell you right now, I don't like all this mesh. I'm going to trim off some of the mesh. I like the bark look, but I think the mesh kind of takes away from it. So I'm just flipping it over and just giving it a good haircut. I like the mesh because it gives it body. Thank you, Diane. The mesh gives it body, but I didn't want it all showing. Actually, I need to trim this guy a little bit more. He's going to go right at the top. Now, again, I know you can't, well, you can see a little bit. I'm trying to see what I need to get out of the way here. I've got a big area I'm trying to have on camera. Okay, I'm using a lot of hot glue on the back. And again, just like with my wreath, I am going to go in with the stapler underneath and make sure that all of this stays stapled down. And you literally can just pick up some of that bark with the snow on it and fluff it a little bit so it sticks out. Let me grab my stapler, turn it back on. And I'm just going to staple under that mesh. Hold on. I have to turn it off. 1, 2, one more. Okay, I want to make sure that this is not going anywhere. I don't believe it will now. Okay, so let me show you guys what I've got, okay? I'm going to stand up for a minute. You're not going to see my head. I'm going to be off camera, but I want you to see the whole look. Let me get some of the mess off of it. Actually, you know what? Before I do that, I've decided I do need to add a couple of snowflakes. It's looking a little bit bare at the top. No, I'm not. I'm not going to add. Sometimes I just need to know when to leave well enough alone. And I think I have well enough on. I think if I add anything else, that I'll just be making it too busy. My brain tells me more is better all the time, but sometimes leaving it alone and being done with it is a good thing. Okay, so let me back up here, get out of this seat, and I'm going to hold this up so you guys can see. It is funny that it actually matches my sweater. Look at this. I'm going to go from the bottom. You got your W, your O, your N, the S, and then all the way to the top where it says "Let It Snow." Isn't that so cute? So what do you guys think? Snowflakes here? Demo when you do your cabinets. I will, Diane. That's actually that's part of my goal. So what do we think? Do I put a couple of snowflakes up here? The snowflakes are this big, so they're pretty small. And I would paint them on. I'm going to wait and see what you guys say. But I think this is so cute. I think it turned out so good. Let me sit back down. And I'm going to give you a minute to answer me. Snowflakes, yes. Patsy said yes. Okay, well, I've already got my paste out. There's my snowflake stencil. Chalk Couture, super easy to use. There are 2 on each one of these stencils, and they go on so easy. So there's 2. Let me flip it upside down and sideways. Can you guys see? You can see where I'm working. I know you really can't see what I'm actually doing. And then I've got a couple of small ones, teeny ones. I think they're going to go at the top. Maybe a little bit more chalk. And I made a mess with that one. Let me wipe that one off. I didn't take time to rub it down super good. So as long as when I'm using Chalk Couture, as long as I go back pretty quick, if I make a mistake, I can fix it. So I wiped off that one snowflake. Somehow it bled on the back. I turn my stencil over. Hey, Mom. Yes, on snowflakes for you too. I didn't know you were watching. You hadn't said anything. Okay, turn my stencil over. And I'm going to go back and add this one back to where I just wiped it off of. We'll add another one. I'll show you guys here in just a second. I know you're having a hard time seeing. Maybe a small one down here. Remember, I have the problem of knowing when to quit. Of not knowing when to quit. Hey, Dee, how are you? And you said yes to snowflakes too. Jill said yes. Leah said yes. Okay, well, I'm going to show you. I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I put 8 little snowflakes on. Make sure I don't have any more paint on my hand. And this time, I'm going to twist it. Bear with me. Set it beside me. Now you guys can see the snowflakes around the word "let it snow" or "let it." Is that cute? We'll try to lean it back a little bit so you have your bow, the word "let it," the little snowflakes, and then the snow. So that is today's project. Okay, again, I've got to quit doing this because you guys, I can't keep all of this stuff. But it really makes me want to keep it. The glitter makes me so happy. I think this would be so adorable anywhere in your house. It can be inside. Shannon's house here is it's got blue walls, and this would just go right along with her color scheme. Thank you, Megan. Thank you, Leah. Thank you, Cindy. Um, so this would go right along with her color scheme. I mean, she could just leave this out in the corner somewhere up next to the fireplace, whatever. But I did make it to go on the porch. I'm going to lean it right there on that picture frame. But it turned out so good. I enjoyed making it, and it went a lot faster than I even thought it would. So I really appreciate you guys. Thanks, Anna. Thanks, Shannon. Yeah, cute on a porch, Cindy, for sure. For sure. And I'm sorry, you guys. I know I'm looking at you here. You're looking at me there, but I can't read the words across the computer screen, so I have to have my phone mounted right beside me. So I have to look away to kind of see what you guys are saying. Um, there's a couple of things coming up. Remember to sprinkle the video. Remember, if you're watching the video and you watch it on the replay, still sprinkle it. Still get it out there for as many of your friends to see as possible. We are still trying to grow this page, and it has grown tremendously just in the last month. Really, in the last week, it is just unbelievable. You're right, Shannon. You can't keep everything either, but I understand if you want to. Thank you, Hope, for sharing. Thank you for sprinkling. I'm sorry. But anyway, we're still trying to grow the page. The contest is still going for the gift basket. Hopefully, well, not hopefully, regardless of when we actually meet our goal, for sure that gift basket will be given away before Thanksgiving because it's all Christmas goodies in there, and we know you want to decorate your homes. So be sure to get your name in there. Don't wait. We will be sharing the instructions. Um, I'm sorry, I'm just laughing at everybody talking. But we'll be sharing the instructions again and again to make sure that people know how to get their name in the drawing for the gift basket. One of the things that is coming up, and that will be, I've already been talking about it, and that is the Happy Home Creators Club. We are scheduling that to start in January. It's going to work two different ways. We don't have it all ironed out, but I do kind of have my first project in my mind. What it's going to be is there's going to be an online creators club, and then there will be a live in-person creators club. The live in person, I'm thinking I can't handle more than 10 to 15 people. That will be held monthly in my home in Shelbyville, Tennessee. So anybody local to the area can be a part of that. It will be a subscription where you sign up and you join as a subscription, but you can quit it anytime you want to. It'll just be a monthly fee. You come into the home, I provide all the goodies for you and help you create. We'll all be working on the same project, but of course, they'll all turn out differently because we all have different tastes. The second thing is it will be the online version of the Creators Club. Um, what we're going to do is the same project, more than likely, that we do for the in-home, we will put in boxes and ship to those people who pay the subscription to get a monthly craft box to their house, and then I will do the craft with you live online. So it'll be just like this. It'll be a closed group, so not everybody can see, but everybody who is part of that subscription will be able to view the video. There'll be a separate group page for that. And I'll take a little bit more time and go in depth to tell you how to take your things out of your box and what to do with what and when and how and all of that stuff. So, oh, Hope, I'm so glad you got a gift. So, what did Joan give you? You'll have to let me know what Joan gifted you. Um, but anyway, that's the two subscriptions that are going to be starting in January, and more information will come in just in the next few weeks. We've got to get that rolling. Like I said, I already know my first project, but I need to get several months all lined out before I'm ready to go live with that. But I will let you guys go for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sprinkling. Thank you for telling all your friends to watch. And I've enjoyed being with you today and enjoyed everybody chit-chatting back and forth with me. So you guys have a great day, and hopefully I'll be back live tomorrow. Talk to you later. Bye.